Yay! Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Goddess Practice Week 2. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so excited about it. If you were here last week, we're going to expand a little bit on what we talked about then and do some awesome stuff for our body and our mind today. So just going to kind of wait another 30 seconds to see if anyone else is joining live, but otherwise we can pretty much just get started. So let's just start with taking a breath, relaxing into our body, into the space we're in, and taking a moment to connect with our breath. So rub your hands together until you feel some heat, creating some friction. I'll bring one hand over your heart center, one hand over your belly. Close your eyes and take 3 full deep breaths here, breathing slowly. Exhaling with ease and control. Another breath. Just feeling the breath in your body, feeling the aliveness of you in this present moment. And one last breath. And exhale, so just letting the hands rest on the lap. You can keep your eyes closed for another moment and just take a moment to feel the effects of that breath. Honestly, just taking a couple moments every day to connect to your breath and appreciate and honor the fact that you're alive, a living, breathing human on this earth. It will really help to take you to the present moment, which often provides us freedom from stress and anxiety and depression and a lot of that mental health stuff that seems to bubble up to the surface. Because right now, in this present moment, take one more deep big breath. Bring your arms up. Hold it. Exhale. Because right now, in this present moment, you are okay. I'm okay. Everything is okay in this very one particular moment. So today, I hope you have a little bit of space around you. You don't need too much space. I don't have much here. I'm going to teach a Yin Yoga practice. So we're going to be sitting or laying down the whole time. Today's a super chill practice. And Yin Yoga, if you've never done it, focuses on the lower body, and which does a lot of good for the low back and the entire back as well. It's intended to make your lower body and your back feel better. And if you remember from last week, the hips are the gold mine for the body. If our hips are happy, everything above and below it's going to be happy too. So this is one of my favorite practices. Yin Yoga is one of my favorite classes to teach, especially hot yin. I can't wait to get back into a real studio, into a real class, and be able to actually interact with students. But for now, this is really cool, and I'm super excited about it. So as I speak, don't worry too much about trying to look at the computer unless you're confused about something. Pretend you're at a yoga class today, especially if you're in a pose. Try not to turn and hurt your neck. And I'll demonstrate things briefly so that you know what's going on. So first, I just want to stand up and do a quick, full body stretch, and then we'll make our way down to the floor. Okay, so move this up a bit, a little bit more. Okay, so let's reach the arms up. Great angle, actually. It's like a horror movie. Okay, reach the arms up. Go way up onto your tippy toes. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, reach up as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Reach a little higher. Remember to breathe. If it feels comfortable, do a little bit of a back bend here. And we're still reaching, lifting the sternum up towards the sky. Breathing up on the tippy toes. Beautiful. Coming down to your heels. Let's do some circles with the wrists. Very goddessy. So bringing one arm up and one, okay, I don't know how to explain this to you. Tuck in my dress, very classy. Okay, so as you bring one arm up, bring the hip down. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my knees. So one arm up, hip down. Okay, that was not very clear. Hopefully you guys are getting this and still just doing it. So arm up, do little twirls with the wrist, hip down. Arm up, little twirls with the wrist, hip down. And now try to make it really pretty and flowy and goddessy. Look up towards your hand. Breathing, feeling the little stretch in your side body. Connecting to our feminine side, which we all have, regardless of your gender. We all have male and female energy within us. And I think it's really great to tap into both. So just feeling really goddessy. Okay. I'm feeling a little more movement right now, so we're just going to do that. I'm going to untuck my dress. Oh my God. So bending the knees, bringing the arms in, up in big circles, straightening the legs. So bending the knees, circle in, up, look up. Cool. So knees bent, little squat, engage the core as you squat, keep the back straight, arms up, and big circles. Okay, now let's make this super goddessy. Looking up, really trying to be light but controlled. So the core is strong. Feeling our legs, waking up the hips, getting blood flowing. I also recommend listening to music during goddess practice. I don't have it playing because I don't want to, I just don't want to. But feel free to have your own music playing in the background. It does not have to be a quiet practice. Okay, let's just do one more of these. And if it feels good on your body, a little baby back bend here. Look up, reach behind you, take a breath. Hands to prayer position. Bring your knees wide to about hip width apart. And let's come into a squat. So, Malasana. So this might feel really tight. If you're like up here and you're like, oh, really tight, that's cool. Chill. Maybe you could even grab some pillows and put it under your tush to relax. But give your body a moment to sink into this. Try to keep the back straight and the sternum up. And only if it feels good on your body. Do not feel anything that doesn't feel good. Do not push yourself today. We are not here to push ourselves. Let me see tooth. Fun tooth. Okay. We're here to be easy on ourselves today, and we're here to relax, and we're here to feel better in our bodies and our minds. So elbows can, if you'd like, push the hips open a little wider. Sometimes it feels nice to move a bit. Movement is always welcome in yoga. People often will go into a pose, and if it's really tight, they're just like holding their breath and like, oh, this is really hard again. Breathe, move a bit. When you move around and wiggle a bit, your body can ease into whatever pose it's in. It can gradually, you're helping your body out so that it can relax. Sometimes it just needs to be worked in a little bit. Makes sense? Okay. Feel free, if anyone has questions or comments in the live chat, feel free to ask at any point. I just found out that the live chat does not get saved, so it doesn't stay there as a comment once this video is posted after it's live. So if you ever have anything to say, it's not going to stay on the internet. It's just going to be here during the live hour. Yeah. Okay, another little combo to this. If this isn't feeling good and you want to take a second, a really nice way to come out of it, bring the hands to the floor and just gently bending the knees one at a time. Hang out here for a little stretch if you'd like. Shake it out. Shake. Okay, and we'll make our way back. So this one's really fun. And it could seem a little crazy, so I'm still doing this. So I'm going to bring an arm behind me. If this hurts your shoulder, please do not do it. Just like don't do it today. Just maybe start here. And the other arm comes up and around and grabs the hand. Cool. Come back over here. Okay. So super awkward, but feels so good on the shoulders, but not if you're forcing it. We do not want to mess with our shoulders. So you could use a strap there instead, or just kind of hang out here. Bring a hand to the knee and maybe do some circles. Remember what I said about working your body in? Instead of being like, oh, I can't do it. Be kind to your body. Thank you, shoulder, for showing me something I need to work on. I really appreciate that about you. I'm so excited for when I'm going to be able to do this. Picturing myself do it now, and eventually you'll get there. To the other side. I don't know why I'm like out of breath. I'm forgetting to breathe. So the other arm goes like this. Again, if this is tight, just stay there, take a couple breaths, or don't do it right now, especially if you have previous injury or something that's still healing. Let's bring the other arm up and around and see if you can get the hands to meet. And look up towards the ceiling if you can. Take a few breaths here. And again, take a few breaths wherever you are. So if you're keeping the hand on the knee, turn the chest and look up. Find the spot where you can still breathe and it's only comfortably. Why is that word difficult right now? Comfortably uncomfortable. Okay, a couple more breaths here. Slowly make your way out. And I'm just going to do one little bum up, shake out the knees, head down. Relax in your forward fold for a moment. Take a few breaths. Be easy on the hamstrings. Make your way all the way down to a seated position. Yay! Okay. So, let's start. Did the same thing last week with the feet hip width apart. And just rocking the knees from side to side. Just waking up the hips, introducing some blood flow, some movement. Beautiful. And when they land on the right, keep them there for 3 breaths. Try to keep the chest up, the arms straight. Cool. One more breath here. Slowly back and forth, a couple more times each side. And this time when they land on the left, we'll leave them there. Keep the chest up, arms straight. One more breath. Beautiful. And back and forth just a couple more times. Okay, so I am going to talk you through the Yin practice now and probably not do it with you. So if you're looking at me and I'm not doing something, just because I'm referring to some of the notes I made for today and talking you through some different mental health cool, awesome stuff. So I'm repairing that with the yoga practice. So it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. This is something that I do on a regular basis for my mental health, which is something that I consistently work on and take very seriously. And I feel so honored to share some of the things that work for me. I don't think the same things will work for every single person, but the more people we have sharing what works for them and keeping the conversation going, the better. So I hope that this practice today helps you. And if there's anything you want to add or you want to share what helps you, put it in the comments below. You can put it in the live chat, then it doesn't save. I want people in the future watching this to be able to take some advice from some other people as well, and not just me. We can all only ever do our very best. So today, let's do our best to feel our best and just keep it simple. So onto your back, I'll show you quickly what you're going to do, and then you can lay down. So laying on your back, bringing the knees to the chest. And we're simply going to rock back and forth. Cool. So I'm going to put a timer on. I'm just looking at my phone for the timer. So I'm going to have you continue doing this for 2 minutes. Okay? So starting now, you're laying on your back, knees in your chest. Begin to rock back and forth. So what this does is actually relieves tension in your sacrum, in your low back, in your hips. It's like giving yourself a massage, a low back massage. So as you rock back and forth, you can play around with your speed. It may feel better to go a little slower or a little quicker. It feels really good to roll in circles. Just make sure you're switching directions. So doing whatever you feel your body needs right now. If you find a spot that feels really good, we call that the sweet spot, and it feels so sweet, stay there, stop moving, breathe into it for a moment. Give your body a chance to release and relax and being really patient with yourself. So we're just rocking back and forth, whatever way feels good. Little circles, bigger circles. We want to massage that whole area and not miss a spot. Okay, so continuing to do that. So this is what's up for today. I want to talk about the power of the present moment, which I kind of touched on a little bit already. The power of belief and the power of repetition. So every cell in your body, every single cell in your body responds to every thought you think and every word you speak. So the thoughts that you think and the words that you say carry a vibration that affect your body on a cellular level and send messages to your body on a cellular level. Okay, so what's interesting is that, so the power, All right, cool. So we're still on your back with your knees in your chest. So now I'm going to put the timer on again. We're actually going to hold, typically in Yin Yoga, we hold a pose for 3 to 7 minutes. So we'll only do 3 minutes at most. And if at any point your body feels like it's getting a little stiff and it needs to move around, feel free to come out of the pose, stretch, bicycle the legs, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Do whatever you need to do and then slowly come back into the pose. Never rush into it. If you come out, come in slowly, mindfully, with your breath. We're here to be easy on our bodies. So the knees are in your chest. You're still laying on your back. You're rocking from side to side. So allow the knees to fall all the way to the right, placing the hand on the knee. The left arm, so you keep doing it. I'm not going to do it with you. So the knees are to the right. The left arm extends out to the side and turn your head to the left. If that doesn't feel good on your neck, you can keep your head and neck in a neutral position looking at the ceiling. And if it's really tight on your hips, slowly get up and out of it. Grab yourself a pillow. Put a pillow under the knees. And if it still feels like you need some extra support, put 2 pillows. Put as many pillows as you need. Also, a pillow in between the knees might really help, okay? So nice and slowly getting into it, knees for chest. If you need to straighten your legs for a second and shake and stretch it out, do that. Knees to the chest, knees to the right. We're going to hold this one for 3 minutes, and I'm going to continue with my mental health message for today. So remembering to breathe. 3 minutes is starting now. So every cell in your body responds to every thought you speak. It's all a vibration. So what's important about that is that the thoughts that we continuously think become our beliefs. I'm going to say that again because it's literally one of the craziest things to know. and it blew my mind when I first learned it, and it helped my mental health in a big way. So I really hope that I can do this for you too, even if it's just a little bit at a time. So the thoughts we continuously think become our beliefs. And that's really interesting because most of us are on autopilot. Most of us don't live our life in the present moment. So we have potentially negative thoughts continuously circulating throughout our mind during the day. And those potentially negative thoughts can become our beliefs. So if we're thinking on autopilot, not consciously thinking that we're not cool, or we're not smart, or we're not good enough, we're not worthy of love or success, or a job that we actually love, or whatever it is, those thoughts, those autopilot thoughts, I'm not saying you think like this, but we're all human. We all live on autopilot sometimes. We're not all in the present moment all the time. This is for everybody and anybody, no matter where you're at. We're all human. This is true for all of us at some point, sometimes. So our potentially negative thoughts that are just circulating can become beliefs. So the really cool thing about becoming aware of this and knowing that your thoughts create your beliefs is that, and becoming aware that you're on autopilot, is that the second that you become aware that you're on autopilot, you're no longer on autopilot. Now that you're aware of it, you have become conscious of your thoughts, conscious of the present moment. And the power of the present moment is huge because in this moment, everything is okay. You don't have to be okay yesterday. You don't have to be okay tomorrow. You can be okay right now. You can rub your hands together and bring your hands to your heart and affirm to yourself that you're okay. And choose to say something nice about yourself instead. I'm okay. You know? Okay, so I'm going to get a little more into that. So basically, your thoughts are your beliefs, and you believe your beliefs to be true, right? There are beliefs. We believe them. But our beliefs are being formed by thoughts that we think that aren't true necessarily. So do you see how this can start to affect our mental health when our negative autopilot thoughts can become beliefs that we're not cool or smart or beautiful or worthy or whatever it is you're telling yourself? And remember what I said at the beginning? Every cell in your body responds to your thoughts and the words you speak. So now we're talking about our physical state of being. We're talking about our physical health and how that is affected by our mind. And that is how the body and mind are connected. And that is why your thoughts matter. And that's why you shouldn't just believe your beliefs. Question everything. Even question your own mind and look at why you believe that. I personally had to hire a coach to help me with this, and I do a lot of affirmations and subconscious reprogramming. There's tons of free content on YouTube. I'll find a couple links and I'll post it below. But so moving forward, how much longer are we in this for? Oh, stop. Oh, that might have been longer than 3 minutes. Duh. Okay. So if you slowly want to bring your knees back to your chest, and just, if anyone's tuning in now, this is where we're at. So rocking back and forth. Give yourself a stretch here. I do not have the space. So reaching your arms up above your head, spread your legs, spread your fingers, spread your toes, stretch. Bring the legs up. Lift it with you. Make circles with the wrists, circles with the feet. Stretch, move, stretch. Make a big V with your legs. Move the ankles around a little more. Oh, how good does this feel? Take a breath. Don't push it past the point of comfortably uncomfortable, bring the legs together. Do a little bicycle movement, forward, backward. Stretch it any other way you need to. Now bring the knees back to your chest and begin to rock from side to side. And this time, whenever you're ready, letting the knees fall to the left. Totally normal for one side to feel a little easier or for one side to feel stiffer. Our bodies are not even. Nobody's built that way. It's just not the way we work. But we do our best to try to even it out through our yoga practice, especially yin. So I'll start the timer for 3 minutes. I think you guys were in that for 4.5 though. I'm slow over here, so maybe we'll do the same. Okay, so 3 minutes. Knees to the left, and again, always placing a pillow under the knees or a pillow under and between the knees can be really, really helpful. We want to feel as relaxed as possible, so do whatever you need to do to make that happen, okay? So knees to the left, right arm extended out to the side, turn your head to the right. Unless that isn't comfortable for your neck, then keep your face, your eyes in a neutral position facing the ceiling. So remembering to breathe and letting our body sink into the floor. So I'm going to continue what I was saying. So your thoughts are important. Your thoughts become your beliefs. And we believe our beliefs to be the truth. So if you're starting to feel like, oh my God, like I don't know how to control my thoughts, relax, hang out in your chill yoga pose. Your body's going to feel so good after this, and your mind. I'm going to show you what I do to change my thoughts and beliefs, and this works. I do it all the time. Just like, you know how, okay, so for our physical body, we do things to work out to get stronger. We can do things for our mind to strengthen our mental health. It's like a mental workout. And this is a very powerful and potent and not a brand new thing that a lot of people do. And I personally find it very, very helpful, especially on days if I have a lot of anxiety and it feels like my thoughts are out of control. First thing I do, get into my body, do some kind of practice, jump. I love to jump on my trampoline or just do jumping jacks. Just get out of my head into my body, relax, get some fresh air usually, definitely hydrate. And then do some, I was about to swear. I said I wouldn't though. And then do some affirmations. So if you've heard of this before and you're judging it, the first step, do you remember from last week? What the first number one thing is to do in order to love yourself more is to stop criticizing yourself and stop criticizing others. It's funny I was saying this because I'm criticizing myself. We're human, it happens. But very good reminder that the first step to truly loving yourself is accepting yourself and not criticizing anything about you that makes you you. We are all different. The more you accept who you are, the more you'll begin to love every aspect of yourself. Okay, so just a few more breaths here, and we'll go into our next pose. Slowly bring the knees back to center and rock from side to side. Beautiful. And now big stretch. So lift your arms above your head, straighten your legs, spread your fingers, spread your toes. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to go into thread the needle. So you're going to stay on the floor, but I'll show you an example quick. So if you're not sure what that is, you can look at me and then get back into the pose. Also, feel free to grab a sip of water. Really want to hydrate when you're releasing toxins and metabolites into your bloodstream, which happens when we practice yoga or after we get a massage. So hydrate. Okay, so thread the needle. I really like to do this. I like to combine it with legs up the wall. We talked about that last week. Definitely really good to do that every day. So while you're doing legs up the wall, you can combine thread the needle as well. You could also do this up against the couch. So you're just chilling at home with your friends. There's so many little stretches you can do and people won't even realize you're doing it. So instead of sitting on the couch, lay on the floor, put your legs up against the couch or the wall, or you don't need the couch or a wall at all, but I'm going to show you the example of what I'm talking about. So legs up. And again, remember that every side of your body is going to feel a little different. So start at the right. So right ankle above the left knee. And the leg can stay on the wall. The foot can come down. And you may stay right here. Or apply pressure to your knee and push it against you. And if this feels really easy, you can bring the right arm in that little triangle your legs are making. So threading the needle, grabbing the outside of your shin and pulling the leg in. And in this position, you could also use your elbow. So in my case, the right elbow to push the knee back while I'm pulling at the same time. Okay, so I hope that all made sense. So get into your thread the needle. And again, being really easy on your body. If it feels tight, instead of going, oh, this is so tight, this sucks, my body sucks. No, 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 no. Not those thoughts. If it feels really tight, thank you, body. Thank you for showing me what I need to work on. I'm so excited to feel better. I'm honored to work with my body to release an area that clearly needs a little more love. Thank God I'm doing, thank gosh I'm doing this right now. So find a way to thank your body and work with it and breathe. Always come out of a pose if you feel like you need to, move around and make your way back in. So we're actually gonna hold this for 5 minutes. And I know that seems like a long time, but it's really not. It takes at least 2 minutes for our body. Well, no. Any stretch is better than nothing, but after 2 minutes, and I forget like all the physiology of it, but after 2 minutes, something happens in your body with the muscles and they actually start to elongate. So I might not be describing this exactly correct. It's not fresh on my mind. But after the 2 minute mark, you're going to get the most benefit from any stretch you do in your body. It's actually affecting deeper muscle tissue. So holding a stretch for 5 to 7 minutes is a really, really good idea. And that's why I recommend doing something else or stretching while you're hanging out with people instead of sitting on the couch, to be stretching, because we don't always have to go to a yoga practice. There's little things we can do throughout our whole life and just start incorporating into our day-to-day life. So 5 minutes is starting now. Thread the needle. Enjoy. So I want to read you something from The Power of Now. And again, I was talking about the power of the present moment and how powerful it is because it takes us away from stress and anxiety and depression. And the power of belief paired with the power of the present moment is huge, because what we believe about ourselves become our thoughts and become our life and are affected to the physical health of our body. So that's all connected. And the power of repetition, and this is where affirmations come in, especially the power of repetition paired with movement, can be very effective and can start to heal us and change our subconscious mind and change our automatic thoughts. So we can change our automatic thoughts to be more loving thoughts. It's not that we have to be meditating all day and like experienced yogis in order to not have negative autopilot thoughts, but we can insert different thoughts and better feeling thoughts of self-love and self-care. And the cool thing is, over time, that becomes habitual. So over time, your automatic thoughts, when you're not conscious, which happens because you're human, will be better. We can reprogram our brain to automatically think better things, so we'll feel better and we will experience better health physically and mentally. Isn't that mind-blowing? Okay. So chilling out and thread the needle. I trust you're doing what you need to do for your body right now. I wish I was in the same room with you so I could come and give little adjustments. That's the kind of yoga teacher I am. I really love walking around and giving everybody physical adjustments. I'm also a massage therapist, so I love helping people physically relax into their bodies. So I'm sorry I can't be there to help. So please pretend I was there. Ask yourself, what would Ashley do? What would I be helping you do right now? Where would I put a pillow? What would I, breathe. Okay. So I wanted to go over a quote that I very poorly quoted last week, but I think I got the general vibe across. So I wanted to tell you what it was. So from The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, one of my favorite go-to reads, he says, so when I say practice, he's talking about, we only have 2 minutes left. Isn't that crazy? So now your body's probably starting to feel a little bit different. It's awesome, right? Keep breathing. So when he says practice, he means meditation. So here's the actual quote. Another benefit of this practice in the physical realm is a great strengthening of the immune system, which occurs when you inhabit the body. The more consciousness you bring into the body, the stronger the immune system becomes. It is as if every cell awakens and rejoices. The body loves your attention. It is also a potent form of self-healing. Most illnesses creep in when you are not present in the body. If the master is not present in the house, all kinds of shady characters will take up residence there. When you inhabit your body, it will be hard for unwanted guests to enter. Cool, hey? So that's on page 123 and 124. It goes into more depth and gives a meditation, which I really love. But I love that one sentence. If the master is not present in the house, all kinds of shady characters will take up residence there. So he's talking about being conscious and being present and filling yourself essentially just with consciousness, but I'm taking it to the next level and making this a really good mental health meal, if you will. Let's see where we're at. 16 seconds. Okay. So take your last few breaths here. And really slowly start to make your way out of it. And we're going to do the other side. So before doing the other side, if you need to stretch or roll around or grab a sip of water, take a minute to do whatever you need to do. And let's do the other side. And for me, my left side is always way tighter, always way harder to relax. I always feel a little frustrated. And then I have to remind myself that I am getting exactly what I need. And it's a beautiful thing. So making your way to the left side, whether your legs are up the wall or you're just doing it in the middle of the room, flat on your back. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to talk you through it. Your left ankle above the right knee. And I trust that you remember and you know how to work your way into it. So you can bring the knee in closer. You can push the knee away. Thread the needle with the arm through the triangles. Okay, I explained it before. I hope you guys remember. So 5 minutes. Let's go. So today's practice is to encourage more intentional thinking instead of being on autopilot. And to also increase our self-love and our mental health by doing something for our physical body and pairing it with some affirmations so that we can help to reprogram what our autopilot thoughts are. so we can feel completely better in our body and our mind. And this is a beautiful practice that I do all the time. This is something I do all the time. So I hope that you can take this with you into your life. If it really helps you, you can do this again and again every day as much as you need to. So for the sake of today's practice, I don't know where you're at with your mental health, but whether you do not feel good at all or you're feeling great, this is a really good practice to do. No matter where you're at, this is a great practice to do. Because when we're feeling good, we want to strengthen that feeling so we can maintain that more and have that become our new normal. And when we don't feel good, we want to do something to bring ourselves back up. So no matter where you're at on the spectrum of your mental health right now, this practice is hugely important. So know that you're working out your mental muscle. You're eating a good mental diet, if you will. And this is a good thing to do either way. So if I say something and it doesn't really resonate with you, just allow it to be absorbed in your body on a cellular level. Allow my words to wash over you. Try to be as conscious in your body and as present as possible. I recommend closing your eyes as I read these affirmations to help put new thoughts and create new beliefs so we can increase your mental health and your physical health so you can feel better in your body and mind. So taking a couple breaths here, again, doing whatever you need to do in your thread the needle pose. You have 2 minutes left. And I'm going to begin reading affirmations that I wrote with a very beautiful friend. Thank you, Maya. We also make meditations together. There's a few on this channel if you want to start a meditation practice. So breathing, becoming conscious in our bodies. Closing your eyes if it helps you to relax more. Or if the eyes are open, picking a drishti, so finding a little speck on the roof or a spot on the wall to stare at. And keep your eyes focused on that one spot. And allowing my words to absorb into your body on a cellular level as if they are your own thoughts and words. Let's begin. Even if it feels impossible some days, I really want to love and fully accept myself. Even if I'm not there yet, I know it's possible that I can be. I know it's possible to fully love and accept myself. It's possible. Even if I don't love myself right now, I know that it's possible. Breathing deeply. I do my best to be a good person. I am a good person. I care about people. I am a caring person. I think everyone deserves happiness. I deserve happiness too. We are all worthy of love. I am worthy of love. So breathing deeply here. We only have 5 seconds left, so I'm going to bring you into the next pose and continue the affirmations. So really slowly bringing yourself out of thread the needle. Doing whatever you need to do with your legs to stretch and move about. Stretch your arms, your legs, then bring the knees back to the chest. Squeeze everything in as tight as you can and release. Make a big starfish. Stretch, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Roll onto your side. Slowly make your way up to into a seated position. And just sitting however you're most comfortable. Let's do a little bit of seated cat-cow here really quick. So tucking the head in, bringing the belly button towards the spine, and switch. So looking up, chest up. So let's do about 10 rounds of this. Cat-cow in a seated position. Moving at whatever pace feels good. Breathing. Okay. All right, so this one, super fun stretch. It's called fire log pose or Agni Stambasana. So start with the legs, stretch front and front, shake them out. So there's a couple of variations here. You can either sit cross-legged. So start with the leg you're most uncomfortable with being in front. For me, it's my left leg. So if this is already really tight, get as close as you can to a cross-legged position. You put some pillows under your knees. Find the spot. Think about what I would help you do right now and do that. Okay? If we're okay here, bring the bottom leg. So we want to imagine we're about to stack two logs, one on top of the other. And the logs are your legs. So I'm starting with my right leg down and my left leg on top. Bring your ankle directly above your knee and make sure that your other knee is above your ankle, so they're stacked. So if you're really tight, you may be sitting here like this right now. Remember to be nice on your body, and honestly, after about a minute, you will start to be able to relax. So engage the core, have the chest up, shoulders relaxed. You can always place pillows. Always use pillows to make it more comfortable for yourself. So I'm actually going to do this one with you. So Agni Stambasana, okay? And if it feels really tight and crazy and feels like your hips are going to break, they're not. You're going to be okay. Just keep breathing. So 5 minutes here. Actually 3 minutes because we're almost a little short on time now. This goes by so fast. Okay, 3 minutes starting now. Fire log pose. Try not to come out of this. I know I always say you can. Try to let this one sink in. Let's stay here for the full 3 minutes, okay? So back is straight, palms relaxed or hands on your heart, whatever feels good. Close your eyes while I continue with the affirmations. And if you're starting to think that maybe you don't need this or it doesn't work for you, that's okay, and that's normal to think that. So I'm just encouraging you again to not criticize yourself and to trust that this is doing something very good for your mental health, which also affects your physical health and is a really worthwhile and important practice. And don't just take my word for it. If you start to do this on a regular basis, you'll see for yourself how much of a difference it will make on your mental health. And yeah, okay, so eyes closed, chilling. Try not to think about how uncomfortable this is. And we'll come out of it slowly together in just under 2 minutes. So eyes closed. We are all worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I accept how I feel today. I am safe and secure. Where I am is where I am, and that's okay. In this moment, I am okay. I am becoming aware of my thoughts. I choose good thoughts. I am an intentional thinker. I am allowed to take care of myself. I deserve to be happy. Right here and right now, I am okay. I'm okay. Take a deep breath here. We've got about 30 seconds left. So I'm going to repeat that whole set of affirmations again. And an example I wanted to give for the power of repetition and the power of belief. I have a good example for both. So often people would come to me for a massage or a Reiki session, and they were coming only because they had benefits or someone bought them a gift certificate, and they would say that they didn't need a massage or they didn't think they needed a Reiki treatment. I've heard this so many times before, and I'm always like, yeah, you think so? So the funny thing is, all right, so just kind of follow along what I'm doing here. Move super slow, bring your hands behind you, and come out of this really slowly, then shake out the legs, okay? So the funny thing is that people often don't think they need a massage, and then they get one, and they feel way better after. So that's kind of what this practice is like. You might not think you need it, but wait and see how you feel after. Sometimes we don't even realize that we could feel better because we just think that we feel how we feel. But it's empowering and really amazing and really cool to know that we can actually change how we feel. And there's practices and things that we can do. And you don't always have to go to a yoga class or get a massage or Reiki, although all those things are awesome and I love them all. There's things we can do on our own. Just shake it all out. So this time, I started with my right leg down, so I'm going to do my left leg down, like we're stacking two logs. So ankle over the knee, knee over the ankle. Again, if you're like, ooh, I can't do this, you could stay in a cross-legged position, but try Agni Stambasana. Place pillows wherever you need it. Try to keep the back as straight as possible. Okay, ease into the pose, find that sweet spot, breathe and be there. 3 minutes is starting now. So the other example I wanted to give, often people don't think they need a massage and then they feel awesome after getting one. And the power of belief. So there has, in so many trials for testing medicine, when they test a new medication, they have to do a certain number of people that are taking the medication, like during a trial, and then there's the same amount of people that they give a placebo to, just for comparison purposes. And usually in these studies, almost just as many people that benefited from the drug, that improved their condition from the drug, just as many people taking the placebo improve as well. Isn't that mind-blowing to you? That is the power of belief. That is the power of your thoughts. That is the power of the connection from your mind to your body. What we believe to be true can affect us on a cellular level. So I really hope that you got something from this practice today, because this blows my mind, and this is something I've wanted to talk about in a class like this forever. So huge. So let's I'm going to do the affirmations again, because repetition is good. When students study for a test, they repeat something. We repeat things. We get reminders so that it can become an automatic thing in our brain. So these affirmations, whether you think you need it or not, whether you think you need that massage or not, is going to be a really good practice for you wherever you're at on your mental health scale. Cool. So finding your sweet spot here, try to stay in it. I know it might feel like you're going to break. I promise you're not going to break. We're good here, okay? So core is engaged. Remember, the best core workout is just to engage your core whenever you're sitting. Sternum up, shoulders back, but also down and relaxed. Breathing. Okay, we actually only have 45 seconds left. Let's just hang out in this pose. And And this way, if you want to do this practice on your own, just the affirmation portion, you'll know that you can go to almost the end of this video, and it'll be the last 5 minutes, 4 minutes now, and that's where the affirmations will take place. So if you like the affirmations I did for you today, there's also a ton of people that do this for free on YouTube. So you can find different affirmations in different types of voices too. Different people might resonate with you. And and you could type in anything: affirmation for self-love, affirmation for confidence, affirmation for reducing anxiety, affirmations for like anything, like it exists. So let's really slowly bring the hands back, super, super slowly. Oh my gosh, your backs are gonna feel so good. Releasing tension in the hips is so beneficial for your whole body. So let's stretch, move everything around. Ooh. Okay, feel free to grab a sip of water. Do whatever you need to do right now to be comfortable and make your way into a Shavasana position. And remember to stay for your oracle card reading. So I need to say something about that before we get into it. But let's Shavasana first for a few minutes here. So make your way onto the floor. Maybe grab a pillow, put it under your knees, a pillow for beneath your head. Arms open wide, palms facing up. Allow your feet and ankles to relax outwardly. And just take a moment here to absorb all the information you received today. Feel your hips, your body, your back, and just notice the effects of your Yin practice today with the new information you received and the affirmations. And just allow your body to absorb and sink into the floor and let that all sink in. So with your eyes closed, breathing consciously, flooding your body, like Eckhart Tolle says, with consciousness, I'm going to read you those affirmations again and allow it to just sink into your body and soul on a cellular level, trying your best to be present during the affirmations. Okay. So eyes closed, breathing normally. Even if it feels impossible some days, I really want to love and accept myself fully. Even if I'm not there yet, I know it's possible that I can be. I know it's possible to fully love and accept myself. It's possible. Even if I don't love myself right now, I know that it's possible. I do my best to be a good person. I am a good person. I care about people. I am a caring person. I think everyone deserves happiness. I deserve happiness too. We are all worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I accept how I feel today. I am safe and secure. Where I am is where I am, and that's okay. In this moment, I am okay. I am becoming aware of my thoughts. I choose good thoughts. I am an intentional thinker. I'm allowed to take care of myself. I deserve to be happy. Here and now, I am okay. Right here and right now, I am okay. Bring one hand or both hands to your heart. Breathing deeply, and allow those affirmations to sink deeply into your body, mind, and soul on a cellular level. And to thank yourself for this practice today and for being here. To increase your self-love, to feel better physically and mentally, and put some new thoughts into your mind, to begin the healing journey of reprogramming your automatic thoughts so we can increase the self-love beliefs in our experience and have a more joyful, loving, wonderful life because of it, which is what we are all meant to be here for. So breathing deeply. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Just 2 minutes past 2 here. So just a couple things I want to say before I let you go. Hips can release a lot of deep pain and trauma and a lot of emotion that maybe you haven't felt or thought about in a while. It's not uncommon for someone to begin to cry or feel really anxious during some of these deep hip openers. So if you feel a little bit of anger, frustration, or deep sadness come up after this practice, I encourage you to release it. One of the best things I do this is by screaming or crying and then taking a cold shower, like ice cold. Journaling, art therapy, which I love. But if you're going to scream, which is a really good energetic release. We've brought all this stuff up. We got to let it out. So screaming is one way to let it out. I recommend doing it into a pillow so that no one has to hear you or be concerned about you. That's the bigger thing. You don't need people coming running to check on you. You're just like, no, I'm fine. I'm just releasing the anger I released during yoga. This sounded like a crazy person there. Anyway, so screaming is a really good idea. Also, if you have the option to be in a vehicle, do it in a vehicle. And yeah, so screaming is a really great release, or crying. It's really good to cry. Cold shower. Never want to do it. You're always going to feel better after you do it. It also boosts your immune system. So that's a really good thing to do. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Next week, we're focusing on wellness of the soul. And I got to say, I'm already so excited. I think week 3 is going to be my favorite practice of all. So I'm excited to see you there. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, Oracle cards. Okay, so last week, some people gave their numbers to me in the live chat. And what I wanted to say, the live chat doesn't save as comments. So if you'd like an Oracle card reading with my very own deck that I made from my very own heart and soul, it's so awesome. I love them so much. So I want you to think of a question that can be answered kind of with a yes or no. Not that any of these have yes or no on them, but you always get the vibe of whether it's a yes or no. So think of a question, or if you don't have any question or anything that you want a little more clarity on, you can just be clear and allow a number to come to you and trust that the right message will come to you that you need to hear today. So in your head, you can just think of a question or just think of a number. But either way, you're thinking of a number between 1 and 108. And the way we need to do this, if you put it in the live chat, it doesn't save, so I won't be able to see it later. So either add me on Instagram at HeyReikiLady, DM me your number between 1 and 108. Just say you're at practice today, and I'll send you your Oracle card reading there. Or wait until the live recording of this is over and put your number in the comments, the actual video comment below. So those are 2 ways you can do it so that it gets saved and I can still see it. And yeah, I'm more excited. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you want to book coaching or Reiki, or check out any of the stuff that I do or provide in the banner on my YouTube channel. There is my Linktree link, and that's where you can book stuff with me. I also offer a free 30-minute consultation, so we can talk about what, just say hi and talk about what working one-on-one together might mean. And yeah, also on Instagram, the link is in my bio. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I really hope it helped. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you next Monday. Oh, also, I would really love to see who came to class at whatever point you're watching this, even if you didn't catch it live. I try to wear something that makes me feel like a goddess. So today it was pretty earrings and a dress and some lipstick. So maybe you feel like a goddess because you put on a cozy scarf or fuzzy socks, or you did something to your hair, or wore earrings that you haven't worn in a while because you haven't been going out. So I would really love, if you want to, if it feels good, if you take a picture of what made you feel, even not like a goddess, but made you feel really good about yourself today, and tag me in it on Instagram. I would love to actually see who is enjoying these classes. Again, whether it's live or not. What makes you feel like a goddess? What makes you feel, or what makes you feel good? So I encourage you to wear something or do something, embrace some part of yourself, even if you're just at home all day by yourself, which is the case for me, and just enjoy yourself, enjoy something, and take a picture of it and tag me if you want to. You don't have to. Okay. I'll see you next Monday. Thank you so much for being here. Oracle card readings in the comments after the video's done, or on my Instagram. Okay, peace.